Hello there, this is Patricia from Pinky's World, and today I want to show you how I made this little cracker gift box. It's stamped on the outside. I've put an oval acetate window sheet. I've lined the back of it so it doesn't look untidy, and inside I've 3 lovely crackers. 1 I'm keeping for money and 2 to fill with treats of some sort, some chocolatey treat. I've tied them up with wee bits of baker's twine, and they're pretty easy to do. If you have that, fine. If you haven't, you could make your own crackers, really. So the bottom is native navy and the top is just white, basic white. You need a piece of acetate. The stamp set I've used is the Berry Cute, and I'm just using the Warm Wishes and the 2 wee snowflakes out of it. You're going to need 3 pieces of DSP. I have used 2 of this and 1 of this, and they're all from the Berry Christmas selection of papers. And you're going to need some white and navy, and that's it. And a bit of ribbon. Instead of the white ribbon, the white sparkle ribbon, because it's got a bit of pink in it and I don't really like it. And I was waiting on this coming and it hadn't arrived, but I'm going to swap that ribbon over for the lovely native navy sparkly ribbon. So let's get to it. What you're going to need to start you off is a piece of navy. I had started the video and something happened and it turned off, so I'm not going to make this over again. I'm just going to simply tell you, for your base you need a piece of Night of Navy card, and it needs to measure 6.5 inches wide by 7 3/4 inches long, and you want to score it at 1 1/4 inches on each side. So just put it in, scoring board, score, turn, cut into your corners here. If this was your piece, you'd cut into your fold here, here, here and here, and then join them all up and you've got your basic box, and that is you. So sorry about that, but you've seen these before and I've made loads of them. Now you need to get your piece of white, and it needs to measure 6 inches by 7 1/4. So we can actually score this one because I didn't get that far when my window shut down on me. So what we're going to do with this one, instead of 1 1/4 inches, we're going to score it at 1 inch, but remember to pull it out and leave that wee tiny gap. You'll not get a good fit unless you do this. So just a fraction, like a nail's width there, and mark it at 1 inch, and then just spin it round, butt it up, and then slide it out slightly, and again 1 inch. And just repeat that right round. Just make sure you slide it out and go in at 1 inch. And again, just make sure you're nice and straight and you're slid out a bit, and then 1 inch. And that is your scoring done. So for this is going to be our top, so we need to cut our window out of it, and to do that you're going to need a piece of a die and a piece of native navy, because we want to line the inside here. You're cutting your window right through, so this I think is the best way to do it. It's going to be on the inside of the box. Your native navy piece excuse me, is just under 4 inches by 5 1/4 inches, and if you feel you've done your sliding in a bit different, just set it down, and if you're happy with it and you think it's all going to fold up, these sides are going to fold up okay, you'll be fine. I'm going to cut these just to make sure you know. We'll want to leave this is the end of the box that you're going to be seeing, so we'll want to cut straight there. And then you can cut in to the left of it. You can cut into this bit too if you want. And we're just going to do that on those 2 sides and those 2 sides, so it keeps the ends of the box looking good. I am struggling to see this white, the line. And just cut that wee bit off there too. Whoops. Just go this way, it's being pernickety. So you want to spin it round and just repeat, cut here and cut here. Right, so when you have those cut out, that's what it looks like. And this is the inside of your box, so you want to score those up. You will be scoring them again. I just want to show you how this will help you for cutting your oval out, or circle, or square, whatever you want to do yourself, whatever shape you choose. This is the best way to do it, I think, anyway. Oh, come on. Last one. So you've done all those scores up. That gives you an idea of the size of the inner size of the box. And this needs to fit in here. And it needs to fit nicely so that it's not pushing or struggling to get closed. So once you know that that is fine, leave it inside there. Nice and central. And then you want to get this and park that in the center of the two of them. And as straight as you can get it, depending on the shape you're using. And then we're going to stick it with some washi tape. So I'm going to stick it on the inside piece now. We will be able to use the ovals if you're careful when you're taking this off, rather than wasting them. And this is going to cut through the two layers so that I know that they're lined up. But when you're taking it off, just remember to mark it, that you know. When I bring it back over, I'll show you. I'm going over to cut it. I'm just going to run it straight through my big machine, and we should get them both cut out at the same time. So that is it cut through. So we want to be able to take this here out carefully, and that leaves you with that. I am now going to stick a wee bit of tape here to remind me that this is the way that this goes, because if I put it back in later, I might flip it over, I might put it in a different way or whatever. So I want a wee bit of stuff that isn't too sticky. I'm just going to leave that there. That's just to remind me and nothing else. We need to go now and do our acetate. And our acetate, oh, where are you, acetate? How do you see acetate in the darkness of your room? Hold on, I'm going to have to go and search for this wherever it went. Okay, I found it. It was just laying right on top of the paper, but you just got to notice it. A wee tip, when you're taking off acetate that has been through your machine and you don't want it ripping your card, try your best to pull it back like flat, like your finger is actually flat against your piece of card, and just gently feed it back. If you just yank it up, it'll pull the paper off on you. So just a wee quick tip. Just show you again. Get up the ends the whole way across so that you've got that wee lever to go with. And then just bring it up to you. Keep it flat as you can. Just go gently across, keeping your paper leg down. It's not raised up at all. If you pull it up like that, you will rip your paper. So just keep it down, nice, slowly and flat. And you get it off, no marks, and you can use those now for something else, which is good, isn't it? It gives you two nice ovals for like matching tags or whatever. So now we need to move on to our acetate. The acetate was cut the same size as the card, and then I trimmed it down slightly so it's inside that wee bit, just to give it a bit more leeway. And I'm going to go in now with a tape pen and just work my way around that oval shape. I mean, it's not a shaker card, so you can leave gaps, you know. Could actually turn this into a nice wee shaker, couldn't you? It's an idea for another day. So you want a bit up in the corners as well, the four corners. And then your acetate, I hope I haven't moved that again. Your acetate should sit up here. As long as you're covering the central bit, it doesn't matter if it's a wee bit to the left or a wee bit to the right, as long as it's not interfering with any. And I shouldn't have done that yet. I meant to do my stamping first. flip me pink. So don't put your acetate in until you do your stamping. Lucky enough we have an oval here that'll fit in, cover it from it. So I'm going to guard that out. Don't do it till after. Yeah. Where is my ink and stuff now? I'm losing my marbles now. I've got the small one I'm going to do with Balmy Blue. I've got the larger one I'm doing with Night of Navy. So we'll start with the larger one. And we're just going to go in. We don't want any overlap of stamping here or here, because these are going to tuck in, and if you have half a snowflake there, it's a bit weird. So just full one or else none. You decide. So you can overlap it here, all right. Just fine to run over the box. It gives a nice natural look. So just do them here and there. We're going to go back and remember with the light blue one. You can do some going off the page along these parts. Just don't put them on, or you can overlap it, but it's not going to matter. That's tucking in. I'm happy enough with that. Down here. So just play about whatever suits your look that you're going for. Mightn't bother overlapping it there too. That was silly. I'm so silly putting that in there first, but look, no harm done, because I'm not stamping. I've decided I'm just not going to stamp there. So we've got enough of that. I'm going to go in. Oh, maybe I haven't. I'd like some over here. Just a wee bit. Alright, I think we're happy enough this time. So we'll go in with the Balmy Blue now. Excuse me. And the wee small one. So I can take that out. So just go wherever your little heart desires. You see, you do want to go in there now. So if you do want to overlap it, the glory is that you haven't put your window in yet. Unfortunately, I did. See again. I should turn that over and do it on the back side of it, shouldn't it? Make more sense. Balmy Blue is a nice wee colour, isn't it? Slipsies there. More haste, less speed, isn't that what they say? Anywhere else? I think we'll overlap one here just. Or we could do one off here. And one off here at this side. If I can move it. There, I think I finished. We'll go. That will do us. So, get all these out of the way. That's your stamping done, and you want to make up your box now. No, you don't. You want to put your navy on. Now, the question is, how many times did I flip that? Who was counting from it? So, you see, if I put it on like that, it's not going to work. So, I'm going to flip it. And we know that goes in the right-hand corner. So, you see what I mean about if you move it? You want it to be, it has to go there. That is the way it's done. So I'm going to put, again, just use my tape runner pen If I go in with wet glue, it's liable to ooze out, and once it hits the acetate window sheet, it will make a mess. So you're safer sticking with a dry glue. I mean, it's only holding it in place. It's not going to fall out on you. There. I was very generous with that. So again, back in, just concentrate on your oval so that you get it in the right place as much as you can. And make sure you're not interfering with anything before you press it down. And then we'll peel this baby off. And again, nice and gently. With bits of washi tape everywhere. So now we want to go in with our glue, and we'll go with our wet glue this time. And for this, you can set this on your box base. Just make sure nothing is going to touch your box, and just set it over the top. And then squeeze your sides in and press these down, and that'll give you a nice wee finish. The same at this end. Squeeze your sides and press down. And that gives you your good square finish, and you know your box fits well. And you can take it off and give them a wee firm rub. Oops. And that fits you perfectly. And now you're ready to do, you could do your stamping now and get that out of the way. So warm wishes, I'm hoping I've that stamped enough. And I'm going to go in with, I'm actually going to go in with both of them. So get your shabby chic piece back, and we're just going to go in and do off stamping of the light blue, just to give it a few wee snowflakes to tie in the box with everything. Just a wee background really. Again, that's entirely up to your taste. If it's not your thing, don't do it. Not sure how far I have to go, but better safe than sorry. That should be plenty. So clean that off, just shadow stamping. And then we want to do this in the dark colour. I'm just going to leave a tiny bit of place here, a punch and a hole to tie my ribbon through. Maybe, if you don't want to do it that way, I can chop it off. So, warm wishes on top of that. And then we'll want to chop a bit off. And just give it a few wee tails. And it's going to stick directly on this. So I'm just going to use that as my guide to cut through it. Just put a run of tape down it again. Pop it in there. Decide how much blue you want to show, and then just cut it. And same with the tails. And there you have your wee And we're just going to actually stick it there and then put the ribbon on. So I'm going to tie a wee bow with this. Say that size would be fine. That ribbon is lovely. So sparkly. So I'm going to tie that. Twist your ribbon round so the sparkle is going to be shown if you're using one of these things, these bow makers. So you want the back of the ribbon facing here so it shows front ways when you turn your bow over. And you can just stick it on with a glue dot or whatever glue you like to use. I'm just going to put this on. I'm just gluing the one bit here because you can't see this glue through. So I think that'll be okay. And I'm going with some Yoo-Hoo stinky glue. But it's really good at holding it. Or a big sticky dot, whichever you prefer yourself. I want it to be pretty permanent. So I'm just sticking it to the side. I'm going to set the ribbon on top of that and let it waste. Maybe a bit of heaviness will help while we move on. So now we want to make our crackers. I'm not sure if any of us have seen the crackers, have been out for a while. You need a 6" by 6" piece of paper. I can get it off. You get lots of wee bits and pieces with this particular set, so I mean it's going to do. I'm going to make these for Halloween as well for the kids. They're going to love them. So Christmas, Halloween, birthdays, Valentine's, you will use it a lot, so I think they're worth getting. It was definitely top of my list when they first came out, you know. So you need a 6" by 6" is generally enough. 6" by 5" probably, if you want to save some paper, you know. So I'm going to cut the 3 of these out and then I'll show you how to put them together. Right, so I have 2 made up for you to show you them finished, and this is how you put them together. So when it comes out of the box, it's slightly marked. You'll see the wee lines closer to you, and you just follow them with your finger. You don't even need to burnish them or anything. They will just fold perfectly for you. Excuse me. So just fold all the long ways and then turn it around and fold this one. If you go to the edge, line up your cracker edge to your edge there, and that should press perfectly. There is a very slight line there for you to use, and just keep pressing right across and you'll see it all finishes perfectly. Fold the center one in the middle of the cracker, and then that last wee one with the fancy edge goes up, and that's your cracker made. Same for this one. Start at that big one. If you line it up here, you'll have no problems for the rest of it. It'll just fall into place. That's that one, and then we're going to fold this center line towards us. Give it a wee press and then score that one away from us. Or fold that one away from us. And that is your cracker made up. So now you want to fold that first one in, and we're going to put glue on it. I'm just using a wet glue, nothing too drastic, nothing too heavy. Wee bit on the ends. And then we're just going to bring this part forward. These 2 are going to meet here. And you want to line them up, those 2 there. And then you can pinch them. You can't fold flat because you've got this. So you just want to pinch those 2. Once you're happy that they're lined up, just give them a pinch. And then go to this side and again line them up and pinch. Go to your other wee side, line them up and pinch. And you're sort of a triangular shape while you're working on this. Just don't press it down there and ruin the shape of your cracker. So just press it all, let it, make sure it's dry, and then pop it, and there is your nice wee cracker made. So at this stage we'll tie one side and then pop your wee goodies inside there. We're just going to tie it now. I'm not tying a knot so that I can't open it again. There's nothing worse than having to cut your string when you're only just filling it, you know. So tie it in a single wee knot like that and cut it off. Same at the other side, and then you can open that at a later date, just one side, and pop your goodies in, your money or whatever it is you're giving them. They are cute. I'm sure you could buy some bangers for inside them. Not that I would advise it, but I have seen cracker poles that will break, you know. And you could also run it through a perforator in the centre there whenever you're making them, so that the whole cracker will come apart if you want to do that. So that is our cracker box all done and dusted. So I think I do like the navy ribbon instead. It's sort of, that doesn't get lost, you know. So navy, go with the navy. So that is it. We've got all these leftovers from the crackers. You get these on the inside. So I maybe wouldn't do a card with it because I don't think I'd have the patience. But pick them up with your sticky tool and set them, and maybe make a nice wee tag out of them. Maybe put a polar bear in front of it. You know, just keep building them up like that, and you'll get, and then cut a shape out of it, you know. You never know. I might have a go at it. I'll not promise, but you never know. So I hope you enjoyed that. I hope it's some good to you. If anybody orders from me during October, I will send them out everything they need to make one of these boxes with 3 crackers. Bar the stamping, of course, you'll have to do your own stamping. I'm sure you all have snowflakes of some shape or size, but I have a limited amount of these, so it'll be the first couple of customers that'll get these sent along with their thank you. It's just a wee extra. So thanks for watching. I'll catch you all again next week, and hope you have a good time whatever you are getting up to.